Just the Guys Podcast.
All right. We've got Gimpy, Logic, and Reason looking quite cozy, sitting in close proximity there in the studio. Uh, Chaotic Truth, how you doing, man?
Doing awesome, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. I got a question for you, Chaotic.
No.
Uh, have you ever finished relating to a Nordic queen and you got up, looked at her alabaster skin and long blonde flowing hair and said that was worth $1.5 million?
No. Never.
Okay. Okay.
You'd be the first one to like that, though.
I don't know
That's
about the
true.
rest of
I
you
expected
fellas.
a yes.
I didn't know what to expect, quite frankly. But how about you, Logic? Have you ever encountered $1.5 million worth of relations? Be
Uh,
careful. Be careful. Because you are married. Be careful.
yeah, I know, because I don't know how much my wife was there.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to skip you. Listen, Skip Bayless. Apparently, he didn't even have to sample it to offer Nashawn Faraji $1.5 million for a physical relationship. Let's just say that. That's the allegation, at least. This woman is suing everybody over at Fox Sports because she claimed that in order to get ahead over there, you had to sleep your way to the top, like Joy Taylor is alleged to have done. Um,
Let me ask, is that uncommon?
Bayless, is it?
I don't know.
I
I mean,
mean,
I think
you
it's a
know,
pretty common aspect. You have Harvey Weinstein did it that way for years. They only
yeah.
came after him after how many years of doing it? And I'm sure he's not the only one in Hollywood who did it.
Well, yeah, I think it's more common in Hollywood and the entertainment industry. Probably. I think it's less common today than it might have been 10, 15 years ago and before then.
Why? Why do you think it's less common?
Why? I mean, hell, man, you holler at a woman on your job and you're facing, you can get with her 15, 20 years from now, you make it big. You might have problems. Ask Bill Cosby, ask a host of others. Where have you been for the last few years here with the Me Too movement?
He has a
There's
point.
apparently no statute of limitations on this stuff.
I mean, look, I still think the Me Too movement is kind of like the LGBT stuff, where it's a small percentage of people that want to then speak out. But I mean, by and large, you still have uh, women showing off their breasts, as an advantage. You work in, if you work in really any profession, I mean, go look on, LinkedIn and see who's showing their assets, versus not, especially in certain jobs. You lead with what you got. I mean, I don't know
Well,
how else
prettier
to put that.
women do. Pretty women have it easier. That's true. That's
Yeah,
absolutely correct. And if you're trying to go out there and get
Just
some opportunity,
for having sex
leading
together.
with your assets is probably not a bad idea. But I mean, looks like Skip was also kind of intimidated by the presence of black balls because he's going back and forth with this girl about whether or not she slept with Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp is like, I had nothing to do with it. The woman, Nasheed, is saying, no, he had nothing to do with it. That didn't stop Skip from, I don't know, maybe Skip wanted to sleep with her and the prospect of, coming behind Sharp, maybe it was a little bit intimidating.
Oh,
I don't know.
coming behind Sharp. Whoa.
No Diddy, but I mean, Skip seems to have been a little bit intimidated by that. So that's what's going on over here at Fox. I don't know if you guys had any more thoughts on it.
I can't necessarily say that. Okay, so we have to understand that sometime around 2000, uh, I believe the show was Speak. I mean, if Speak for Yourself before it turned into Speak. And Emmanuel Ocho originally did not want her as part of that show, according to the lawsuit. Um, and it was apparently she got that job as as a favor. And then after that, some sort of incredible. It's funny knowing what happened and then actually seeing them together online, like not knowing what was taking place at the time.
Right.
So now it's funny to see some of these past video clips and see when these video clips took place to find out that in the back of the back room was sounding like some sort of broken washing machine. All you heard was that's absolutely terrible. I mean,
Hey,
hey, they were smiling a lot. If you look at some of those previous, they were smiling a lot. And I'm sitting here, and also I don't know if you noticed in the last couple of days since the lawsuit came out, she has been incredibly covered for the first time. Like this chick had everything out. Now she's been pretty covered. So it's funny how that stuff works.
Well, a lot of things change when lawsuits come out. Like you can't speak.
yeah.
Oh yeah, but I mean, you can't speak. But what? You can't wear the clothes that you normally wear either.
No, because you really can't. Because you can't say things that you would normally say. You can't wear things that you would normally wear because we live in such a right now culture, right? It's what I see you on TV wearing today, right? So, of course, I think that goes into kind of changing things up because I mean she had to.
Yeah, well, she had to.
It's basically closing the barn door after the horses left, but whatever.
I mean, look, man, potato. Like people are gonna people know how right now the culture is this microwave society that we have. Everything is instant, right? I mean, yesterday's news is literally ages ago now, right? Like people don't know what happened yesterday, and lawsuits and courts and all these things can now play on that because who cares that we lost a horse yesterday? We can make one up and say we still got it, and you won't check.
Okay.
Interestingly enough, I don't know if you remember, and this should actually just backs up what he was talking about. Didn't Shannon Sharp have something come out in which he was apparently live streaming sleeping with a chick?
Yeah, he did.
We forgot all about that.
No,
we don't even talk about that anymore. So quite frankly, probably a week from now, a week and a half from now, it'll be the exact same thing. But still, we got to take into consideration. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you saying something?
No. Go right ahead.
Yeah, but we do still have to take into consideration that if any of this stuff is true, Joy Taylor has pretty much set back, the young ladies who are trying to get into the positions that they're attempting to get in the correct way 100 years.
No, is she really setting them back? Because I mean, we have this person that just ran for the highest office in the land that has a similar track record.
Yeah, I mean, I think the exact opposite will be true. Yeah. I think what you'll probably see now is a host of women with shows on Fox Sports now. Try to make up for it.
And you said what hold on, say that again.
I think you'll see as a reaction. I think they're going to bring in some more female hosts. Isn't that what the media does when one of these incidents happen? They overcompensate basically.
Yeah, but then you still have women lining up and say, "Oh man, I'll sleep with him if I want the job."
Yeah, and if you're a dude
that's what I'm saying.
It's never. I don't understand why you're acting like this has always happened. It will always happen. As long as there are men who can give women jobs, there will be women who have sex for those jobs.
Yeah, but there's women that want to have sex for the job.
Yeah, 100%.
And there's women that want to do it the correct way.
So how is this an issue? Right?
I'm saying it didn't set anybody back. I think that's a fallacy.
I
think that's a virtue signal. I do. I disagree completely because women all over. See, smoke detector.
What the hell's Gimpy doing this? Oh,
so guys, make sure you hit that like button to subscribe to Just the Guys. We got Tyrone hosting tonight.
Getting it done.
Guys, I'm not really too into the sports stuff, man. It's bread and circuses, but a more serious issue.
You ask me my opinion,
man. Your ACT, your mic not on.
Yeah, man. Turn yourself up, CT. Turn yourself up.
Your mic ain't on, CT.
He said it's not on. Hold on.
Nah, man. We hear you. We hear the background noise. We hear your washing machine.
Here we go.
Nah, no, here we don't go.
All right, testing 1, 2.
No, you good.
Hey, you guys put
Okay.
one in the chat if CT sounds good, please.
All right. Well, I was sitting back listening to you guys, and I'm gonna say this: the value of the coochie has gone down. Um, it's damn near a penny stock at this level.
Mm.
Um, Excessive masturbation from porn, VR porn, sex bots, and just quite frankly, you even have a surge in men now who are accepting Jesus Christ, man, and are voluntarily being celibate. Now, I see a lot of this on Twitter now. So women are going to become very, very desperate, and this is just the beginning. And the only weapon that a woman really has is her coochie. And
Go ahead.
she, oh, I'm sorry, I just heard something. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I know exactly where you're
I
going
heard
with
it
that.
too.
Was that from us?
Yes.
Oh my
I'm
god,
sorry.
that just happened
God.
today.
Hold on, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
God.
Hold on,
It's not even his sound effect. I'm like, is CT hitting that
Yeah.
thing? And
No.
no.
All right,
Yeah, that-
so what's
We black.
so
Yes, we are.
so
Studio.
I say this, man. This woman, New Shin, she's an older female. Her career isn't that successful compared to her counterparts. I'm willing to believe that she was a willing participant in sexual flirtation at Fox Sports News and any other job she worked at. I do believe that Skip Bayless offered her $1.5 million for the cooch. And I believe, like any other woman in this generation, because of her own inadequacies and failures, her own mental problems, she pulled a gotcha. Women in my and this is advice is for younger people. This ain't for older people at all.
Oh, damn.
This
That's what I'm
this
talking about.
yeah, this is you got to look at women, modern day women who aren't married. You got to look at each and every last one of them as the FBI. The moment you speak to them, the moment you look at them, they're building a case on you. And this is why I've said this before, and I'm not a red pill guy. I don't have to be. I'm super perfect when it comes to this kind of stuff now. And I've said this to people who watch my channel. Don't go to that checkout line with the young girl. Go find the oldest. If you have to find if there's a checkout line, find the oldest woman. Because if you go to that checkout line and you look at that girl the wrong way, from her perspective, as soon as you leave, she's keeping the case on you. Manager, girl, that this guy, he comes in here every weekend, he buys this and he looks at me a certain way. Now, you may not look at her anyway, but what she wants to do is because she has no real power and because nobody has married her, she wants to be relevant. And so she is willing to destroy any man. I tell young people all the time, don't get on any elevators with no you see it, you open that elevator up and some chick walk in, you walk right out because you don't even if it's a camera in there, man. I see the light and I wish I was the equivalent of a Kevin Samuels with this with people. You have to be very careful. Yes, these broads are working in these environments. They are half naked, particularly at Fox Sports and ESPN. And we know why they're there. They're there to boost ratings. They're not there. Who wants to really sit there and listen to some chick talk about football stats? Okay,
I don't know. Kay Adams is all right.
no woman, in my opinion, no woman, in my opinion, deserves to ever be at that desk. To be honest with you, but what
Uh,
do? They dress skimpy and they're beautiful. But we all know what goes on at every workplace, the flirting, the work wives. And as soon as that woman gets mad, she's going to get all that evidence against you. And like Tyrone said, let you get famous. You ain't even really got to be famous. Let her get really mad enough. The only thing she's gonna come with you on, she's gonna go to HR. She's gonna go to somebody with all the data. Look at these text messages he sent me. Look at this. Look at that. He flirted with me, and she's gonna build up a case on you, and it will sound like you did something. But the majority of these women, I'm gonna land the plane, Tyrone. The majority of these
All
women,
right.
they're hoes, man. And if a woman is not married, hey man, I ain't talking to her because she understands a certain code. You got to be careful with these non-married women in this generation. They're dangerous. They're absolutely. If a broad is on the side of the road and her car is out, keep going. Man, hell no. You better call AAA. You better call your daddy. It is dangerous, man. And so what's happening with Skip Bayless? Now I don't know if his career is going to be ruined by this, but he is a participant in his own destruction, and I don't have any sympathy for him or any other man. At that age, you should know better. You should know better.
I will say women get
Hold
the
on,
double dip.
Oh, go ahead.
I will say women do get the double dip in that regard.
Yeah.
CT, because there are people that do take advantage of these situations and say, well, yeah, if they're gonna pay me, I'm gonna take advantage. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
But then there is a particular sex that does have essentially permission to keep these receipts, like you say, and then later on file a lawsuit or get in trouble. So now you can get more money, not just from the person, the offender, but then from the quote unquote company that allowed it to happen. Right. So I agree with you. But at the same time, man, I'm like, again, that's where men got to be men.
Hey, well, look,
establish the culture.
Colin Cowherd, he's mentioned in this action as being exactly what CT just suggested. Apparently, he came to work, did his job, and left, and didn't get involved in anything other than pretty much sounds like hi and bye.
Yeah, but then you can become a company man, right? All you are is you're not the stay late, come in early
Yeah,
type.
I mean, yeah, it's 2024. You shouldn't be trying to become a company man.
But you know what I mean, like that type of work ethic character. You're not going to the company events. They don't see you at the holiday party, or if you do go to the events, you're there with the time it starts, and then at least 45 minutes before it ends, you're gone. So I mean,
that's actually the way you should be operating anyway. In 20, this is not the 50s with IBM and company loyalty and all that jazz. So it's a trade. I give you some hours, you give me some money, and that's it. So Cowherd looks like he had it all together in terms of both that respect and dealing with these other issues that could come back to haunt him at some point.
Tyrone, about a year ago, I'm by myself at Beechwood Mall. I run across a girl that I ain't seen since high school. She saw me, waved her hand, and we were walking towards each other. She said, "Hey, you remember me?" I said, "I absolutely do. By the way, where's your husband at?" "Oh, I ain't got no. It was good talking to you, baby." Absolutely not. Hell no. It was good talking to you. It was good seeing you, because you never know what that little interaction it goes from being cordial interaction. Now you talking to this broad for 5 to 10 minutes. Then she go home, tell some boyfriend, tell some sister, tell somebody, "Yeah, I ran into somebody," and you never know she didn't like me in high school. And she keep a grudge for 20 years about something she made up.
You
How
never
are you?
know.
Oh, is your husband around? Oh, okay. Hey, it was good talking to you. And she was looking like, why would I ask for that, right? But hey, man, I don't trust a lot of these in real life. I don't trust no chick that ain't married, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, because you never know what a broad is telling somebody at home. Girl, I ran across chaotic, and he tried to grope me, and all because she want to be the center of some story and some drama. You run across a lot of broads like that. So hey, man, and I've known a
Well,
lot of story. Go ahead.
the point you raise is valid, because I mean, once the accusation is out there, that no matter what happens from there, look, the Duke Lacrosse boys are still dealing with the aftermath of that whole thing.
She at least admitted she lied finally.
I mean,
But how many years later, though?
20 years later?
Man, that's the same.
Wow, relax. That's
But
not
look,
what I'm saying. I'm saying at least we're beyond the point of where everyone knows it's a lie, but she's not willing to admit it, right? Now, at least we're at the point in history where she's admitted it. Doesn't make it any less bad. It's just where in the timeline we are. Calm down.
no, man. But still, man, that's like the media coming out with this whole story, and it was a lie, and then 3 years later they're able to issue a retraction. But the damage is done.
Yes.
The damage is done.
But at least history set the again,
No, history doesn't set the
yeah,
record
it
straight.
does, because now it's out that she admitted and she had to give the whole thing, and now history will have the record correctly. I get it. These guys got screwed. I don't think any less of that, but at least the truth came out the right way finally, man. You have to appreciate the truth. Whether it happened timely or not, the
Man,
truth still
ask those
did come
guys about
out.
their lives, man, and see.
Yeah, you're not going to
I
get that
don't.
life back.
They're not, and I
Right.
don't think that they can. But at least now they can say it was all a lie. There's proof. She admitted it, and everybody has to start giving them back their life. And anybody who punished them because of it, they can come after.
So what are the results of stuff like that? The results of stuff like that are now people keeping an eye out or in the back of their mind. You know what? I'm going to, push back against the Me Too movement or something like that.
Good.
So,
Back
the Me
against
Too movement, and this whole believe all women garbage. You know what I mean? And yes, I really, really call it that. So what happens is now the young ladies who want to get to a specific position in the corporate world need mentorship to get to that. And then now the guys who need to do the mentoring for that are like, absolutely not. I'm not going to even be in the same room with you because, I don't want to have to deal with what I could possibly be accused of.
Yeah,
And
can you get that question for Gimpy?
and we have to also take into consideration that everything is innocent, guilty until be proven innocent. Which
Right.
one?
From his ghetto point of view.
That's easy from. They can now sue. Now they have the grounds of her coming back and admitting it. Whatever statute of limitations is passed, they can sue for defamation. There are all sorts of things now
I
that
mean,
become
yeah. I
open.
mean, she's
They
sitting in a prison cell. She
not
doesn't have
her.
no
There
problem.
are other entities, news entities, things that she can now.
Mike Nifong was the prosecutor. He's flat broke. They took his law license because,
again, there are news entities that spoke badly about them, used quotes that weren't real. Now they have the grounds of the lady admitting that she lied. No one can question, well, we're not sure. No, it's a known falsehood. Everyone has to justify all the information they got. Everyone has to speak to what they said. It's all accountable. We have all these kids, the Covington kid, Rittenhouse, they've all set a precedent of taking down news for saying stupid shit that wasn't true. Let these kids now have an opportunity at it. Let the courts decide, but they couldn't do it when she didn't admit it. Now that she admitted it, there's action that they can take that they at least have a chance. That's my statement. That's where it is. They couldn't do anything when she didn't admit it. Now that she did that, there's avenues are open. What those provide ultimately, I don't know. But they weren't open when she was still lying actively. Now
Jeremy Piven. You remember Jeremy Piven?
Oh yeah.
That was a
PCU.
guy he was on that show Entourage. He's been in
Yep.
a lot of stuff. I thought he was a pretty decent actor. He had this incident where he was staying at a hotel. He's down at the bar. He met two women, invited them up to his hotel room. They came voluntarily. They get up there for whatever reason. He pulls his junk out. They, I don't get that, but that's what he does. Anyway, they say, "Oh, we're not with it." They leave. They admit this. They say this. We so the news reporter was like, "Well, when he did that, what did you do?" We left. Did he pursue you? No.
No.
But they acted as if this guy had gone full Harvey Weinstein on him. Okay. And the last time I checked, Jeremy Piven was doing stand up. Okay. Career over. All right.
Again,
Now I
these
don't.
guys weren't famous. Like it's apples to oranges. These
No,
guys
no, no. It's
were
not.
accused.
It's
Yeah,
not. We're
because
talking
they were accused
livelihoods.
of
We're
a
talking
crime.
livelihoods. We're
Right,
talking
but we're
livelihoods.
talking about now till she admitted that she lied. Now that she admitted that she lied, everything becomes a questionable thing.
Yeah,
There's
but when you get the
precedents.
scarlet letter emblazoned on your forehead, it really doesn't matter what happens after that
Okay.
because you
Yeah,
got the
you're
letter
right.
on your forehead.
I get that, but now there's been a change in that environment. Now that ecosystem has changed, and whether or not the last 20 years or whatever count, no, those people will never get it back, and no, there's nothing they can do. But the world has changed for them.
How?
because
How's
now
the
she
ecosystem
admitted it's a
changed?
lie. So everything about it is now no longer
But
true.
you
So
said the
everything
ecosystem changed.
because now they can sue, because now the grounds for reality are changed. Till now it's a opinion that it's a lie. Now the person himself openly admitted they lied, so that now the whole thing is false. Now you can question news agencies.
No, so you're saying the whole ecosystem surrounding that particular case,
Them.
or the whole ecosystem surrounding
them, their personal
Okay.
ecosystems. We're talking about the Duke kids on lacrosse. That's what it was about. I don't care about the whole legal system. I'm saying these kids had no avenue to get recompense. Their doors were all closed because people could say, well, she was telling the truth. Now you can't say that anymore. Everything about it is tossed out and in their favor.
Does this
And
damage the believe all women credibility?
yes,
It-
yes, it ruins that.
Does it
Yeah,
really? Because
it should remind everybody not to believe anybody without real evidence. Period.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it
Agreed.
should, but does it? Is that effective?
Again, that's a separate. Now you're rolling it into another, and I'm more than happy to have that conversation. To the first question, these kids literally now have a chance to find someone to sue who has money and sue them. They couldn't do it when she wasn't admitting that she lied. And we have a precedent that news agencies are on the hook for lies now, right?
Yes.
And we don't know what they're willing to settle with these Duke lacrosse kids because they just don't want the bad press of getting sued and maybe risking the judgment.
You're 100% correct.
So I'm just saying their lives
that
very different now that she.
Right. You're 100% correct in that they can take legal action.
That they couldn't do before she admitted it.
Right. They can get all the money in the world in a settlement.
Yes.
But it still does not, unless they can take the money, buy a DeLorean and create a fucking time machine, they still cannot, do anything.
One of them may be Doc Brown.
Reputational damage.
One of them may be Lloyd. Christopher Lloyd might be amongst them.
Well, look, let me ask you guys this. LAFD, Los Angeles Fire Department, right? I
thought you were going to say Los Angeles Fag Department.
No. We're going to switch the letters around and do Los Angeles Do Funny Department. Because
we need them Do Funnies.
By the way, it's your own fault if you end up in a fire. I learned that from the fire department, man.
Chaotic.
Yo.
You've opined on the Do Funny community.
Yeah. Resident Do Funny advocate, RDA.
We got Los Angeles Do Funny Department Deputy Chief Christine Larson. Do we have the clip of her?
Slack.
Hold on 1 second.
I put it in Slack this afternoon.
Yeah, just keep talking.
Yeah, keep going. I got you.
Yeah, listen, I have a lot to say on this because I actually.
Did you mute yourself?
Your audio cut out.
I did. Sorry about that. No, I was just saying I have a lot to say on this because I was a firefighter, and I'm gonna tell you what. Right now, I don't recognize this. This Los Angeles Fire Department is it's weird. It looks like they care more about any and everything other than putting out fires and rescuing people. They got their minds on a lot of other metrics.
Yeah.
That let me just say, I don't think you want a first responder showing up to your burning vehicle with these metrics in mind. This one lady, Christine, what's her name? Christine Larson. She actually, and you'll hear this, she says that if your husband responding to the question of whether or not can she carry a man out of a
I remember
burning building. Well, he got himself into that situation. I know that's probably unbelievable,
Dude, it's in an ad.
Let's let her, say it.
Dude, it's
Do we have it?
Mm-hmm. Go on.
Anybody ever seen a clip of
knowing that somebody might understand their situation better? Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire. Knowing that.
Can you take it back to the beginning?
Was that you at the end of that?
Somebody might understand their their situation better? Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
Then
Knowing
why
that
are
somebody
you?
might understand their situation better.
Why are
That's
you
what
a
hurt him.
dude? Why are you a firefighter? I don't understand. If your
Yeah.
job isn't supposed to
No, hold
free,
on. Who made this clip?
they did.
No, who
Oh.
recorded? Because
Oh, it's probably the whole clip is a
It's off of
dude.
TikTok.
it's like who
Yeah,
made
in
that
any
clip?
event, look, guys. In the beginning, you missed it. There's a part missing from there, a very important part missing from there, because in the beginning she says what you want in a first responder is someone who looks like you.
Yeah, I saw that part.
So when you see
Okay.
them walk up, you're more comfortable. Yes.
So you're
Now
sitting there
listen,
with a heart attack,
right.
and
You have to take a rest.
or somebody's responding to you. Oh, I'm about to be out of here. What's red fox?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home to you.
If I'm actually coming to
If-
save you, if I'm coming to save you from a fire, you can't tell what race I am because I got on gloves, I got on a mask, helmet, the whole 9 yards. You don't know, nor do you care.
You just
Okay,
trying
like
to
what
rob
the hell
me.
are we supposed to talk about? What are we supposed to vibe on? You want to see someone that looks like you? What does that mean? If you've got to pull me out of a dangerous situation or resuscitate me,
Man, this
what the hell is she talking about?
virtue signal grift has gone way too far.
Well, I mean, LA burned down. So
I mean, it's
Well,
literally
LA
on.
burned down and 10 people died so far.
12.
Yeah, like,
It's
so this looks like it should be because I saw the little 911 up at the top. It looks like it should be on Reno 911 instead of like real life. And the sad part about this is I actually watched that movie Idiocracy that y'all be talking about all the time, and this is literally Idiocracy. We can't grow crops. Well, we'll put water on it. You mean like in the toilet? That I need someone to save me. Oh, you mean like a man? Or like someone that can actually do the job? Oh no, we need somebody that looks like you, is carrying around a pride flag, has their pronouns on their firefighter's uniform. Like that's what we need to see. No.
Bob with the $5 super chat. Does that also mean
No, thank you,
like
Bob.
I should be allowed to reject someone like her because she doesn't look like me? Yeah, Bob. You can.
Well, you got to be careful about that.
But not because she doesn't look like me.
You got to be careful about that because you might get sued.
Bob, also have to understand that if you're 600 pounds, do you want a 600-pound person coming to actually, save you if
Then
you're
it's
having a heart
just two
attack?
corpses.
But this kind of goes back to the whole Trump situation with the assassination. I mean, if you notice, the bodyguards they got after the Secret Service agents that they got after the assassination attempt began to be bigger than him versus the shorties that they had
And
up until that point. Right. So it's about competence, and part of it's about physically being able to do the job. But and this is also America's fault too for being one of the greatest country in the world, because we've made people soft, like we've made people too comfortable, and we've made these kind of privileges and luxuries seem like they're your rights, right? It's not. Life isn't like that, right? We've built this fantastic system in which generally in general safety is the norm. Like fires aren't happening, those things like that, so that when emergencies do happen, right? Because they're not so widespread, it only needs to be limited resources dedicated to them, which opens up the door for all these kind of less than adequate resources to be hired, recruited, those type of things. Because it's we've created this issue, and now what we're seeing is that reverse, where virtue signaling does not work in a fire.
All right.
What are you talking about? LA
Virtual signaling does not
Chaotic.
work in a fire.
Pride magazine had an article said amid Palisades fire, Los Angeles' first LGBTQ fire chief is proving. How they know that is a mystery. How do you know it's the first LGBTQ fire chief? But anyway,
open.
well, they don't say open. That's
I
not a
know,
word
but
they
they,
use
I
here.
mean,
They should.
They should. Is proving lesbians get it done. Now, last time I checked, only 8% of the fire was contained.
no, some of them are 80% contained because they burnt everything down. No, seriously, like, that's
That's
not a
terrible.
joke. Like,
No,
that's
that's
literally what's happened. Like, dude, there are 2 fires that one's 70%.
According to the Los Angeles Do Funny Department,
Mm.
Oh,
and this is as of like 2:00 this
yeah,
afternoon,
yeah.
they said 8% of the fire was contained.
Which fire? There are
But
5 of them.
everything LAPD is LA Do Funny Department is responsible for. Lesbians get it
Mm.
done though. Lesbians get it done.
I mean,
according to Pride magazine.
I want to point out there are like 5 separate fires, and 2 of them are like at 80 and 70% contained because they burnt everything to a
I'm
crisp.
just going by what the fire department
No,
said.
the CT is supposed to be responding. So
Yeah, go ahead, TT.
No, what was the question? What was the question?
Well, what do you think? Do lesbians get it done? I mean, it
No,
seems like
no,
Gimpy
no.
is advocating that
No,
they do
man,
get it done. I
Tyrone,
mean,
man, that's an easy question, man.
I am
Oh,
advocating. Be like cinders and ash. DEI.
To answer
so
the
you're
question,
saying do funnies don't get it done in this situation?
you asking me?
I hear you.
You're on the main screen, man.
No. It's not even just a do funny thing. Women shouldn't be firefighters. I don't get this, man. It's like, I mean, how many times are we gonna have to say this? This is idiocracy. Not to mention that she a female, but she's a do funny. She already comes in there with this odd mindset anyway, man. And even that statement she said, "How did the man get himself in there in the first place?" I don't even know what that even means, man. I don't know whether that was trying to be like she was trying to be funny. It was distasteful, man. It wasn't the best thing to say, I guess. And like I said, even when women try to be funny, they can't be funny because they don't have a funny bone to say to damn life, man. It's just plain and cut simple, man. God damn, I wish women would just stay in the house or something, man. This is ridiculous. And that's why you got LA looking like how you have it now. So that's my answer. Yeah.
So your do funny advocacy ends at joining the fire department?
My do funny advocacy ends when it comes to critical infrastructure.
Right.
And it's not even just a do funny thing; it's a women thing. No woman should be in the fire department. I would even argue women shouldn't even be police officers. So to me, this is not even a do funny issue; it's just a woman issue. Why is she there? How did the men allow this? How do men allow these things to happen? It's mind boggling.
Again, I think it's because we gotten too comfortable again, right?
Yeah.
We've created this environment where everything appears to be safe. So in general, men are like, well, why not? I mean, if you go back 30, well, I'm thinking about 1970, like 1970, early 80s, you still have women saying like, man, the men need to do that.
That's a man's job.
Yeah, that's a man's job. Yeah.
So
we've gotten
one
too
thing I've
safe.
noticed, we have gotten too safe. And then the other thing I've noticed is that these people, a lot of these people are leading with their egos. I'm the first black, or I'm the first female, or I'm the first lesbian. That's not what this job is about. It's not about you.
Well, okay, the best at. If you're the best,
it's about you going and helping others. It's not about some social experiment. Okay. And when he says women shouldn't be firefighters, look, the fact of the matter is you're carrying around 75 pounds worth of crap. Then when you get wet, which if it's a fire, you will get wet, add another 15 pounds. And look, this is why women live longer. I mean, why can't you be happy with longevity? There's a reason why men check out sooner, because men are going into these burning buildings, being exposed to hydrofluorocarbons, all kinds of dangerous situations, and checking out 10 to 15 years prior than women.
Women don't live longer, Bling.
That's not what the actuarial tables say.
No, that is what it says. Women have a 10-to-1 Alzheimer's to dementia rate. Men die quicker. Women die quicker in the mind.
Yeah, but I'm saying, when I say longevity, I'm saying you're here.
Semantics,
right,
man.
you're here.
Just angry Chad.
You're here because you're not.
Now, I mean, I get it. I get what you're saying. I do see what you're saying. But the fact is,
I understand.
You exist.
Chad.
Hey guys, we got 15 minutes left.
Yeah.
The ladies are coming up after us tonight. They're doing the Saturday Night Live, so check out Pop and Politics Live. Also, make sure you subscribe to us, Just the Guys, right here, and all the other MCM shows. And then we have Tyrone from Soldiers of Finance, as well as CT.
From
But check out,
Truth Live.
yeah, Chaotic Truth Live. But also check out all the Metro Conservative Media productions, All American Talk, Pop and Politics, KJ Christian Conservative. And guess what, guys? We will get that smoke alarm.
No, I
because
think
we
that
black,
should be our anthem.
we black.
Clearly black.
All right,
Now,
look,
hold on,
look,
but I will say this about the whole first black thing, and this maybe goes to our incompetence. But we are, I think we are Baltimore's first conservative media company,
We are the best of the best too.
first and only.
Mm.
I don't know. Only there's that other dude.
Who?
There's a dude who hits us up by email once to do shows. He also
Oh,
has
yeah,
a
but-
media
but-
company.
No,
Yes.
we're the first. We got our
We're
own
the
first.
studio.
We're the
First.
first real media company.
Yeah,
We got our own studio.
All right, listen. Let me throw you guys a curveball. This wasn't on the agenda. General Mark Milley, former Joint Chiefs of Staff
Gay.
Chairman.
I'm sorry. Too funny.
He apparently approved the use of direct energy weapons for use against Americans on January 6, 2020. This is the same guy that called his counterpart in China and told him that we definitely would not be attacking China. This is a decision that the president of the United States has to make, by the way. But General Mark Milley took it upon himself after he approved a military attack on Americans. He called the Chinese and told them that we wouldn't be doing anything to them. Don't worry about it. What should happen to General Mark Milley if these things are adjudicated true?
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
He didn't do
Nothing.
anything actually wrong. He wasn't alerting them of any actual plans. He was alerting them of.
Are you familiar with the Posse Comitatus law here in America?
The what? To say it again?
Familiar with the Posse Comitatus law? It says
No.
that the United States military cannot attack a United States citizen.
Yes, but they changed that. They literally
No, they
just
didn't.
they changed
No,
something recently where they approved lethal force against United States citizens. So
Yeah, that directive that came.
Right, and that's an order. An order does not
I'm just
trump
saying. Okay, but they
constitutional law. That's going to court. But my fundamental question to you is: we have a chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff authorizing the use of weapons
Do you
against
really
American
think he did it? Hold on. I have a better question for you then. Do you
Okay.
really think he did it without permission?
Permission from who?
The real people who think they run this country and not Trump's administration at the time.
Well, that's a problem then.
But again, do you
that's a
think
problem.
those people will let him get punished? We don't have a say on who they pick to take the trial. Like, dude, we're observers. Like, as
Right,
much
but
as
what
you
I'm
like,
asking you is, what do you?
dude, regardless of that whole incident, take the entire. We've had this conversation, so let's do this over. Take the entire senior staff of every branch of the government, all of them, down to the one-star generals. Right, that's where we agreed is the bottom, and slaughter them on the White House lawn on national TV, so everyone understands when you lead our country to ruin, there's a price to be paid. But like,
All right, so
All
Kim
right, so
Long,
let me say this first. Views
the
expressed
views
on this show
expressed by Gimpy,
are
not necessarily
not necessarily the
those
views.
I'm just
held
saying, like,
by-
dude, I would hold them all account. We've talked about this. Like, seriously, we have had this
and we've
conversation.
disagreed about it.
Yeah. I
to an
want
extent.
more. I want more than that. But I'm saying, like, the middle ground that I found with you is you got to remove that entire cancer we call senior staff in the military. They're a cancer.
Yeah, there are a lot of politicians, but right now we're talking about Milley and
Okay,
the fact that
sure.
this particular individual, okay, and you're right, he is emblematic of a lot of other people with the same types of ideas. You're right about that. But we've
also,
got. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. That's my fault.
No, I'm just saying that we've got him doing this thing with China, and at the same time authorizing the use of. Do you guys understand how huge that is?
Yeah. So my thing is, I do think we should bring back public shame,
100%.
and I think a flogging should occur. Because I mean, look at this, man. Like, we have to remember how sacred and sovereign our nation is, right? I think we've forgotten this, again, for comfort or for whatever reason. We've gotten too comfortable to think things cannot happen here, and that there are not real world consequences for decisions and actions like this. It also is indicative of that there is a real deep state that exists. If you can circumvent higher powers, or the higher, in rank, what I mean, so like the president, or whomever else, to make these kind of decisions, it's indicative of the deep state, but also it shows what is thought about of our own nation at some of the highest levels of government. And to me, anyone who's threatening real consequences like these, there's can be real consequences on American soil from these type of actions. We need to bring back public shaming. We need to bring back realizing and respecting how sovereign our country is. We just got to go back to loving America, and let's start there. I mean, somebody has to be made an example of what it means to betray your home country.
And you think flogging
I
is
agree.
going to do it?
You know what?
Man, I'm just throwing out ideas, man.
In
You said burn them at the stake on the White House lawn.
That's what I think is the message that has to be sent at this point. I
you-
think the severity of the issue is that large. Dude, we have done nothing correctly as a military in how many years? We ran a 20-year grift in Afghanistan for private contracting companies to make billions off of it. I'm sorry, like, at what point does anyone who ran our military deserve anything less than that?
All right, that reason
you know what? The issue is very simple. You're 100% right. We need to bring back shame, because what happens is when we don't bring back shame, we end up with situations like this. And this is what happens when shame is not bought back.
Where is this at? In Walmart?
Hella Gabrielle. Bam, 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 bam.
Is she wearing?
You see, you guys, that's what happens when we don't shame people. People feel like they could get away with this kind of stupidity.
Right.
That's when
These are the forces, evil forces, chaotic is fighting against every day.
Dude, I'm sorry, like that's in our society that has no place.
This is a combination of SeaWorld and Rugrats.
SeaWorld, Rugrats, and meth. I'm sorry.
Like, how do you
Go ahead,
how do you come out the house looking like that?
Go ahead,
How do you have a world of shame when there is no more shame
or morals
anymore? I mean, we were talking about that the other day on my channel, man. You can't shame people who want attention based on their own immoralities and debauchery, man. Again, those days are over. It's over, man. We're never, and I don't even believe we are ever going to go back to those days. So that's why I really believe, man, we are on the doorstep of something. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're on the doorstep of something wild in Western civilization, man.
Well, how you say we're on the doorstep, man? I mean, look, man, we got drones flying over the country. We got freaking fires burning in LA.
Because that's just catalyst.
No, like, it's already happening.
I agree. I'm the one who says they're running through the city, burning down the houses already. I'm always the one who calls that. That's not what he means. I'm with him on this. This is all the precept. We're right before the major event. These are little. Think of it like, remember in the old cartoons, eventually the Roadrunner and the Coyote'd have this giant pile of dynamite, right? Right now, we're at the part where the Coyote is trying to light the dynamite on and to make it all explode. And just the little spots on the outside are blowing up, pissing him off, right? Someone's about to stick a lit stick of dynamite into the middle of the pile of a stick of dynamite, and everything's going to back blow in their face. And that is what he's talking about. And I agree. I think everything that's going on right now, whether it planned, conspiracy, whatever, is a distraction, because whatever's coming, we're not going to see it coming. It's totally unexpected. We're not like there's
I think you can see what's coming, man. But
we might be able to see the meta. I'm talking about the micro, where like how it unfolds will catch us all so by
Totally.
surprise. It'll be so quick that we'll because of it.
So Tyrone, what can we do to get ready, man? Because I know you're
Hey,
one
well,
of the.
depending on what it is, man, you can't get ready. Like for example, take an electromagnetic pulse. It's back to the 15th
Stone
century if that
Age, yeah.
happens. Okay, so there is no getting ready. Yeah, you can have 6 months of food, but it's going to take at least 24 months to start to get the first transformers back up. So,
Tyrone,
uh,
Tyrone, can I ask you
Ken.
something?
Go ahead.
I really believe events. Um, I'm going to use something small scale. If I went back 25 years ago and told myself that movies would be readily available on something called a streaming service, I wouldn't even had a concept of it, right? But just think about how going to the movie theater is a thing of the past. It's like a Model T Ford. Like most people just wait till the movies come out. Just think about something like that. So you won't even notice it, I guess, right? Something that I mean, even though this is not the best example, but you won't even notice some of these things, man. You know, you're just gonna wake up one day and it will just be your reality. See, the thing is that we're noticing that big fat monstrosity of a clown acting a fool. But wait until you go somewhere and that's just really just normal. Like that might just be a waitress of the future, and
Yeah.
you would just go somewhere and that would just be the common behavior. So it'd be so quick, and it's like little steps to it. And I'm telling you, man, because I'm pretty sure there were people who were noticing the transition between movie theater and streaming services, man. But I'm
Right.
telling you, man, we may not even listen. Think about how normal it is to hear about a mass shooting. I remember in the '90s, man, a mass shooting. That was. But hey, man, you just never know, man. Like those things might just be so common. You might just walk down the street with your dog. Bah, 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 bah. You'll see 15 people get shut up, and you'll just continue walking because
That's kind of what happened in
and
Louisiana a few days
yeah,
ago.
and it's like I'm telling you, like there's gonna be I believe that's what's gonna happen. We're just gonna be desensitized to everything, and we are gonna have a different reality shift.
So this is why I say when we say
In
that's
a
what's
good
gonna
and a
happen,
bad
it's
way,
already.
too, by the way. In a
But,
good and a bad way. Yeah.
but you say that's what's gonna happen. I'm saying like, how is that different than what's happening now? People are desensitized.
Because it's not an event.
But there's nothing off the table right now.
So think of it in terms of Terminator, right? The day Skynet goes live is the event, right? I'm just keeping it fictional and black and white. We're leading up. In my opinion, I think CT agrees with me, but
Yeah.
the way I look at it is we're leading up to an event that's equivalent to Skynet, and not again in good or bad statements, but world changing. It's
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
Skynet going live. Something is going to happen. Okay, this is how I explained it to my boss on Friday when we were talking about it. There's so much potential energy uh, built up in the churn
Mhm.
that there has to be a kinetic release. What we're seeing now is the overcharge of the system. Wildfires burn down a whole major metropolitan area. That's wild, dude. Running out of water and hydrants. That's late stage empire failure. That's not just
Right.
DEI incompetence. We're talking about there aren't enough reservoirs in the city of LA to support the fire support they need. There's a continuous. These are all small discharges. Eventually, something on a scale that affects more than one area of America. It'll affect all of America all at
But
once simultaneously.
Gimpy, one thing you need to add to that is unlike third world countries where they just don't have the infrastructure. That's not our
Right.
problem. Our
Mhm.
problem is we have chosen, Gavin
Oh
Newsom
yeah. Not
chose,
just Oh, dude, he chose to give millions to
right.
the homeless, and they're still all over the street. Like, dude, I get
He
it. But
chose to divert water
water,
away from a
dude, they
major
could fix it
metropolitan
right
area.
now. They could stop diverting the fresh water and have a ton more water flowing down. They could turn those
So,
switches.
so we are our own worst
Yeah,
enemy.
100%.
Yeah.
But again, all I'm saying is these are like the little surface explosions. Soon, and I don't know how soon, but soon enough, there's gonna be. Stop
No,
laughing at the chirp.
no, that was me that time. I was
Okay.
Oh, you got a chirp?
He has
No,
a sound effect that he uses on the idiots on his show, but it's
Oh,
not him. It's us.
okay. Oh.
But
But
look,
so,
guys,
like, it's dude, someone's about to set fire to the whole thing all at once, and it's gonna back blow in all our faces, just like it does to the Roadrunner. That's how I see
listen,
what's coming.
Let's let you
you
know with this
know,
comment. Oh, I want to see that.
Let me say this real quick. Preparedness, it is important, and you should do what you can. Communications, community, uh, and protecting yourself and your family. You know what you need by now. This whole preparation thing was demonized at one point.
Yeah.
Now there's more than enough information out there
Yeah.
for you to know what you need to do.
Hmm.
I blame CT. It's all CT.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're gonna blame me.
Okay, so Bob says conversion to Catholicism is on the rise in the U.S. DEI is dying. Marriage rates have bottomed. Gen Z men are conservative, and of course, Trump won. Was that the comment you were referring to?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah. Well, hey, Bob, good news.
The only problem is the Catholic Church in Rome is less conservative.
For now, till they
I-
get rid of the
Are you
Pope.
sure that it's not going to be worse with the next one? They let this guy take over. Again, this
Yeah,
is
it's
what I'm
true. It's
saying.
true.
Like, I ask
You could be right.
questions because I want to know how I'm supposed to trust any infrastructure of government or religion. They all lie to us for a decade
That's true.
now. Easy. We can point at all of them and say they were lying, whether it's the CV or the health. That dude, the food pyramid. Come on, me and you are from the food pyramid generation, bro. And that's just straight. They lied to us from day one. It was never true. Nothing about it was true. It was a paid for subsidy by the,
Yeah.
Dude.
It's true.
So
You're right.
again, I hope so. But Americans' Catholicism is going to have to do something to preserve itself because Europeans, Catholics, are moving in a different direction.
Hmm.
That's true. No, you raise an excellent point. You're absolutely right. Listen, guys, we've got Pop and Politics coming up next, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Okay, excellent. So we want everybody to tune in there. If you haven't already paid the price of admission here, it's simple. Hit the thumbs up. We appreciate it. And I guess we'll get ready to wrap this up. I'll wrap it up with some irritation for Gimpy. God bless all 51 states in the United States of America,
God
including
damn you.
Greenland.
Oh my God.
Including
Territories only. And shout out to Bob.
Greenland. All right,
All right.
guys.
Have a
Well,
good
we
evening, you
appreciate you guys joining us,
Yeah.
and we will check you out next week.
Copy that.
Peace.